Hello, my name is Vasan Aruljyoti, and I am the Special Events and Projects Coordinator for the Canadian Pride Historical Society. Welcome to the CPHS's first Volunteer Spotlight with Natasha Comand, CPHS's Senior Education Coordinator. I'm joining you from Winnipeg, Manitoba, which is located on Treaty 1 territory, which is the traditional lands of Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and homeland of the Métis Nation. Let us pay respect to the Indigenous peoples of Canada and reaffirm our relationship with one another. This is important as we move forward together in a spirit of reconciliation. So, Natasha, let's start with you introducing yourself.
Hi, thank you very much. I'm Natasha. I am the Senior Education Coordinator with CPHS. I am based out of Toronto, Ontario, and I've been the Education Coordinator for almost a year now. I started in December 2021.
Okay. And how did you get to know about CPHS?
So I wanted to become a volunteer with CPHS because I was finishing my last year of graduate school where I was completing a Master of Education in Curriculum and Pedagogy. And I just felt that CPHS was a perfect fit for me and it aligned with my career goals and my interests. And the role of education coordinator specifically was exactly what I was looking for in a future career. So I felt that starting off as a volunteer in this role would just be a perfect fit and a way for me to gain the experience and the exposure needed while still making a difference and helping at the same time.
Of course. Yeah. Excellent. So, what kind of volunteer work do you do as the Senior Education Coordinator?
Yeah, so as the senior education coordinator, I primarily put together and develop lesson plans. So lesson plans, curriculum, education resources, anything like that. I also connect and check in with other members from the education team, and I provide any assistance when I can, specifically when it comes to the lesson materials. I review lesson plans from other education coordinators, and I'll work with other members on educational videos or games being developed as well. So just working with other members, also part of the organization.
Interesting. And if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been part of this volunteering duties with CPHS?
Yeah, so almost a year now. I started in December of 2021.
Oh,
So I think in a few weeks, actually, it'll make a year.
oh yeah. Time flies fast. I can't believe we are edging into
End of
2023 right now.
November. Yes.
I remember arriving to Canada in 2004 and thinking 3 years later, I'm going to leave, by 2007. 18 years later, here I am.
So
So,
here.
yeah. So now that being said, how has the CPHS helped you in your professional development?
So within my professional development, CPHS has helped me to not only learn, but to implement valuable skills that can be essential in the workplace. As a recent graduate, I just graduated in June, and CPHS has allowed me to gain experience in my career field and further develop the skills and knowledge needed to advance in my professional development, whether that be in 5 years, 10 years. I definitely think what I have learned in this role I can take for me in a lifetime, really.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's excellent. Thank you very much. So then, what do you like the most about CPHS?
So I think what I like the most about CPHS is the collaboration aspect of the work and the ability to interact with other volunteers, other members from not only different areas within the organization, but even outside of the organization. We've met with other board members, lawyers, all different people from all different occupations. I also really enjoy the fact that I'm constantly learning in this role and I can see my growth as a person since joining the team. I find CVHS extremely flexible too when it comes to hours and the time commitment required of their volunteers. So it's
Sure.
great. It's a great opportunity as something to do while you're working or you're studying. You can always seem to fit it in your schedule.
Absolutely. No. I mean, that's exactly how I feel as well, because I've volunteered quite a bit in different organizations and such. But working with CPHS, it gives you the freedom of flexibility, as well as like it helps you to like learn more while you're volunteering as well.
Right. Right.
So it's just lots of added benefits, if I may say.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. So then, what kind of advice do you have for prospective volunteers for the Canadian Pride Historical Society?
So I guess the advice that I have for any prospective volunteers is to definitely join if you're looking for some way to make a difference in not only schools and education system, but also in the GSRD community. The organization is very inclusive, it's very authentic, very innovative, and it's a great way to make new connections and showcase your talents at the same time. Like I said, there's a lot of flexibility with CPHS, so even if you're not 100% satisfied in the role you start off with, there's always an opportunity to move around, try something else, work in a different department. So there's always that flexibility as a volunteer.
Brilliant. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I can't stress enough how much volunteering brings people together, especially for someone like me coming here from another country. When you try to apply for jobs, they always ask for experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah, so volunteering really gives us the experience to get to learn about the Canadian society, as well as how things function over here and build our networks. And it's free to do.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. So if I may ask, did you happen to make quite a bit of connections and networks with people from outside Canada that are here
I
around
have,
there?
yes, especially when it comes to teachers and school board members outside of Canada. After graduating, it's been kind of tough trying to navigate the world of, I guess, an adult. So
Yeah.
it's really been nice to have some mentors to reach out to, get some advice, some opinions. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, even if it's not from Toronto, it still works, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They say it takes a village to raise the child,
Right.
and and sometimes when we adulting is part of like us raising ourselves, and without a tight knit community that could like contribute back and forth, it's really impossible to do it all by ourselves.
For
So
sure. Yeah.
yeah, it's been great and it's very inspirational. Last but not least, coming from Malaysia, food is very important for us. My favorite food is chicken curry and rice. What would be your favorite food?
Well, I'm Italian, so we
Oh,
eat a lot of carbs, a lot of good food. I
okay.
think my favorite food would just be any kind of pasta.
Oh, really, eh?
Yeah.
Any particular sauce or just the regular tomato sauce?
Yeah, I prefer the tomato sauce. That's my favorite. But
Okay.
any sauce will do for the most part.
I bet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's just on our side of the world, it's just any kind of curry that's spicy with rice. I'm fine with
Perfect.
it.
Yes.
So I guess on this side, any kind of pasta with a good sauce. Yeah. Yeah. No,
Exactly.
no, this is brilliant. Well, Natasha, this has been great and an amazing experience interviewing you. Thank you very much, Natasha, for sharing this great information with our potential volunteer applicants. We encourage folks who are interested in volunteering with the CPHS to check out our volunteer opportunities at www.cphs.ca/volunteer. And if you have any questions about volunteering with us, please email us at hr@cphs.ca. That is hr@cphs.ca. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and we look forward to your application. Thank you very much.